The last shall be first with Barman Bucky.
Kitty, my brothers and sisters, sorry for the wait, but it's better to be late than to not show up at all. I would like to welcome you to the season debut of The Last Shall Be First. But first off, let me introduce myself. My name is Barman Bucky, but my friends, they call me Buck or Bucky because when we were young, I was wild and reckless. But I had became ashamed of it in my mid-20s when I matured. I tried to shy away from it, but it already became a household name. So I started fighting it and embraced it. Then I put the title Brahman in front of it. Brahman is the highest class in the Hindu social hierarchy. Brahmans are traditional priests and teachers. I use it as a title, like a doctor, Mr., professor, etc. Also, Brahman can be used in the terms of brother or brotherman. A few years ago, I was incarcerated for being a felon in possession of a firearm. When I got to prison, I fell to my knees and I told God that I was sorry. I finally threw the towel in and I submitted to God. Then a voice came in my head and said, "My child, I'm here as I've always been. It's you who went astray." I felt a sigh of relief, like the weight of the world was lifted from my shoulders. And I knew I'd make it back to my children. But I knew it wasn't going to be easy because the judge gave me enough rope to hang myself by giving me a 5 to 8 year sentence. Meaning, with good behavior, I only need to pull 2.5 to get out. Or I can do the whole 8 if I continue to be a young buck. Guess you know what I did? That's right. I put my head down like I don't know nothing, and I stayed out the way. But I met and spoke with a lot of Sudanese brothers in there about real life issues that we encounter every day. First being that we make up a large population in the Nebraska state prisons. I wanted to help change that narrative and to address many of the tough issues we've been facing. The Last Shall Be First is a tool I hope will inspire young brothers and sisters to make positive changes in their lives because so many of them are lost. They want to be inspired, motivated, guided, but often feel like they have nobody to talk to or no one that cares. I know. I've been there. They have become brainwashed by hip-hop like me to think that materialistic things what makes them become real men and women, like money, cars, jewelry, and women is what they should be motivated by. No. I want young brothers and sisters to have knowledge of the things that will bring them true empowerment, like education, a sense of purpose, compassion, confidence, and more. The most important gift I can give them is consciousness. Awareness is a key factor to understanding your environment. At times, you may feel trapped like an animal, but you're far from an animal because you have a conscience. Therefore, you can make it out. Looking back, my journey began when I was 6 years old. A civil war broke out in the country of Sudan, which killed and displaced millions of Southerners from their home villages. My father was at war for what men want, which was power, control, and land. He sent me away on foot with my auntie to deliver me to my uncle in Kenya by escaping bordering country where the United Nations provided food and shelter inside refugees camps. I was in Kenya with my uncle, his wife, his tallest son, and infant daughter, filling out paperwork to enter into the United States of America. It was on when I arrived in San Diego, California. I was illiterate to the English language, so I stayed and struggled for fighting the other kids that made fun of me because I was an alien. I didn't know what made them laugh at me. Was it the clothes, the way I talked, the way I acted? Or maybe I was a comedian and I didn't know it. However, it didn't take long for me to understand that you were making fun of me. Especially if you're laughing at me and I'm looking at you. I never played that. So if the shoes fit, you got it. As a result, I often got jumped after school by baby gangsters. I didn't know about gangs then. The following year, we moved to the Twin Cities, Anoka County to be Pacific. We were sheltered by distant relatives. It was where I first saw snow. I made it to the bus stop in the morning, though I got into more trouble in school because my violent behavior of beating on other kids. I was unable to defend myself because I didn't speak English, so I was to blame for everything. I felt miserable and lonely. In and out of school, I desperately missed and craved for my parents' love and affection in this messed up world. Then word came through the phone that my parents had arrived in New York and were going to settle in Iowa. I was relieved at the idea of reuniting with my family by the end of the school year. In DMI, I became less problematic because I enjoyed playing soccer at recess. I liked school then. However, I enjoyed after-school activities better. All we did was play basketball and chase the latest video games. Whoever house had the latest video game. I never studied. And then we moved to Omaha, the largest city in Nebraska, with the second largest population of Sudanese besides the country itself. The cheap housing, meatpacking industry, and general labor jobs attracted so many of our relatives to resettle here. My mother worked as a full-time meatpacker in the day, and my father killed cows in a psychological slaughterhouse I don't consider healthy because we fought a war that had more casualties than World War II. But they couldn't tell us anything else. They couldn't teach us anything else. But they knew how to work hard and they knew how to provide. Even back home, we had land, we had cows, we had barns, we had property. Then the unexpected happened. I still remember the night that changed everything. The crack of thunder, and then war. The whole village was in screens by gunfire, and Sudan dropping helicopter bombs in our village. My father found me in a barn tending to the animals, particularly my chickens. He threw me on his shoulders, and we were fleeing out of our village through the high grasses of the open forest. There were no cities in the distance. There were no street lamps. There were no roads. You could only see the darkness. It was the first time I stepped foot outside of my village. We lost everything. It was all taken away in a blink of an eye. We became slaves. In Omaha, we temporarily lived together, went to the same middle schools, and brought our risings together as one community. I later transferred schools when we got our own place in the projects where I was exposed to gangs again. Except this time, the charm of material things and women pulled me into the streets. But I never joined the gang. I stayed neutral. I dove so deep in the streets that I got lost in them. I gained it all and I lost it all. And I lost it all because I've forgotten who I am and where I come from. But like they say, if you don't know where you come from, you won't make it where you're going. And there's the truth with most of us Sudanese because we lost our ways, our language, and our culture for materialistic things. We forgot that we came here to get an education and to work hard to rebuild what we lost, including me, myself, which is our country and our families that we left behind. We didn't come here to gangbang or to become another statistic to the prison system. It may seem like I lost everything, but I found myself. Before I was blind, but now I see things as they are. See, the truth is what matters. The most important gift I would like to give my people is consciousness. If we are self-aware and educated all around the world, then the game of life will be fair and fun for everybody. But it's not. We are left behind, too far behind. My friend Jay and I used to say no soldier left behind. We won't get caught slacking or slipping. I'm confident that we can change the world. It is my duty to better the future of my children and the generations to come. I hope my service will take away from my sins and the hurt I've caused to the world. I think life is about doing you, but at the same time, doing it the right way and living in harmony with the world. Nobody can do you better than you can. And everything starts with the purpose thoughts that's accomplished only through critical thinking. Please use your brain. It's a terrible thing to waste. I've learned that doing my best, educating myself, and being of service to others is why I'm here. And that having values and being truthful builds meaningful relationships. Through this show, I wish to pass to other young brothers and sisters the importance of education, hard work, determination, and success. I am hopeful that these strategies will inspire other young brothers and sisters to live out their dreams. We are completely unique in our own way, and we have different gifts to help us reach our fullest potential. Start by taking pride in your blackness. It is with honor and gratitude that I can share my experiences with numerous other young brothers and sisters who have their entire future ahead of them and deserve the right guidance, support, and encouragement to help them achieve their dreams. Hey, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. Peace.